Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to some more The Lord of the Rings in a Total War format. This is Attilla Total War with the Dawnless Days mod, of course. Continue our Let's Play, and I played out the next turn off camera, realising that I've forgotten to hit the record button, but not much has happened. There was an insurrection in Edoras, we've dealt with that, and there is this problem. Now, to be fair with you, it doesn't seem too bad, although it would seem to me like they have some relatively decent units, relatively decent unit recruiting capacities in East Emnet. So, yeah. However, there is a favourable development for me, and that is that the Dunlandings are sieging back their capital in Dunburg. So that means, I mean, I would have liked to take Dunburg, don't get me wrong. However, if it's under the control of an ally, and it's sort of their province and everything, I'm okay with them having it. The only issue I have now is, in order to expand over in this direction, I need to send like a full dedicated force to that, and I don't really think I can afford it, but that's neither here nor there. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to move this army closer towards the river, and I wish I knew what the name of this river was, because it was so strategically important for like the entirety of this campaign. But anyways, I'm going to move the army here. We're going to upgrade to, what is that? Green armor? It's like tier 2 armor and weapons and shields, right? Yeah. That is nice. Not gonna lie, that is very nice. So, we're gonna upgrade this army a little bit. We're gonna replenish it for one more turn in Isengard, where it gets the most replenishment. And then this army will move in towards Snowburg to... I'm assuming I'm going to lose this settlement, so this army will move in towards Snowburg to secure our front against Rohan in the east. And the First Legion of the Uruk-hai will return to Isengard to pick up a few more recruits, replenish, upgrade its weapons and armor, and also afterwards probably head north towards the Shire, I think. Because, yeah, I mean, this is really ripe for the taking with a good quality army. And these provinces have also been more or less fully pacified, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that rather. Technology-wise, we need to upgrade some things. What exactly, I don't know. I still think... I mean, lower upkeep cost and extra replenishment for everyone seems good. Well, from manufacturers also really good, though. Alright, tell you what, we're going to go with reduced upkeep for infantry, because I think a lot of my expenses are... Yeah, I'm having 9,000 in expenses, and most of that is heavy infantry, so that just makes sense. Right, another commander for Ugluk, and we are ready for the next turn, right? Spent my money... I was going to say somewhat wisely, I hope. I don't know, but I've definitely spent my money for what it's worth. And now... well, I'm not quite sure what to say. We have a situation where we have two enemies to deal with, and usually this is a good thing, because it means that the enemy forces have spread out. The main problem is this army can hit Snowburg and it can hit Edoras at the same turn. And in fact, that's really the only problem. Because there's a river crossing here, there's a river crossing Wait, no there isn't. Yes, there is. There's a river crossing there, even though it doesn't look like it. Put some bridges on the map, people, next time, just for future updates. You know, just plop down a couple of bridges. That would be mighty helpful indeed, so we know where the river crossings are, because this really doesn't look like you can cross the river. I mean, here there's a road, so it's kind of implicit, right, that there's a bridge. Here it really, really, really doesn't look like it. Yeah, I don't know. Edoras doesn't have a garrison. Snowberg doesn't have a garrison yet either. So if they take it, they're just going to occupy it. That's not the worst thing in the world, right? Yeah. Really isn't. And we'll hit them in the north where we'll cut off more of their men. Alternatively, if I want, we can have another peace with Rohan. It'll stop me from losing a settlement, and it will be very temporary, of course. And I'm wondering how much money I can get out of it. If I can get like 4,000... Oh, really? About 3.3. 2.3? Really? Okay, never mind. We're fighting to the end of time. Although I think I saw strength ranking 1. Yeah, Mordor is strength ranking 1. Okay. That is interesting. Can we see... Yeah, I don't think they've made it past Minas Tirith much. But they have made it to Anorian and over there as well, apparently. Yeah. Okay, okay. So, seems like I'm not the only one stuck between a rock and a hard place. Currently. So are my enemies. Part of me wants to retreat to Dunharrow, set up forts, set up a fortification here, and just wait it out. Or in Hornburg, that would be funny. The only this is a bit. Seeing the movies is kind of funny. The only garrison I have in Hornburg is a berserker. The conqueror of that city/castle, really. That is funny. Okay, okay, so let's first of all stop saying okay all the time. Next, we build cells, because we don't have cells here, do we? Yeah, we don't. Next, a small gem mines. Small gem mines. Well, not a small gem mines, we just upgrade the gem deposit to small gem mines. That'll give us a lot of income, well, a lot of income, relatively for the investment, I mean. And then Fazeberg can also get a scrap collector. So we've invested everything in the economy. I think we just wait it out and hope these guys don't attack me, because if they do, it's going to be a bit of a problem. But maybe I can... No, I can't really figure out what they have in this army either. 14 units is not a lot to work with. 14 depleted units is even less. But there's not much I can do. Okay, so they've just decided to take Snowberg instead of being a bit of a nuisance. That's good. That's good. Can we hit Snowberg from here? We can. Do we want to? We're about to find out. Okay, so encircle them, and then I now need to know what the hell I'm up against. a good chunk of this is tier 2 infantry. I'm gonna need support here if I want to defeat them. Yeah. I mean, who knew that the Battle of Snowberg, of all places, is going to be the site of the largest field battle in... the Third Age, as far as Isengard is concerned. But... what can I say? Just so happens to be the case. I like fighting in the rain, although... yeah, you know what, yeah, I like fighting in the rain. Makes it more, makes it very Isengard-y. So, where are reinforcements coming from? Do I know? Yes, I do. They're coming from all the way up here. You had to cross the fracking hill to do it, didn't you? Tell you what, that's okay. Means I just got to deploy to the other spot. Now, they're going to have a lot of troops here. And I do mean a lot of troops. So we got to prepare for that. If the enemy comes pushing forwards, I reckon we can hold the line pretty gosh darn well against them. If the enemy cavalry comes knocking into our infantry, a bit less so, but we will try. And then don't forget about the general as well. Okay, so that's the first legion of the Uruk-hai deployed. Not much more I can do. It is a siege battle, so they tend to be a little bit more passive in siege battles, regardless of the situation they're in. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong, the reinforcements are absolutely going to be vital here. Not a moment too soon for once is absolutely correct. So, why don't you deploy at the edge of the forest, right there, and get the archers to the edge of the forest as well. Cavalry slightly deeper in. Onagers. Oh, take your time, what can I say? Okay, so, next up, I see a huge blob of infantry. It is impossible to resist to hit it with you know, a ton of artillery. What can I say? If we had some magic, and this was Warhammer, this would be one of those TikTok, YouTube Reels, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, whatever clips that you see of, you know, massive casualties done with a single strike of some type of spell. But unfortunately for us, we don't have any magic. All that we have is ballistas, and honestly, sometimes ballistas can be magical too. Oh, yes. Out of curiosity, how are we looking? Incredible. That is pretty incredible, because they're all bunched up like that. That is great work that you're doing. We have an hour to finish this battle, and it's not something that I thought would be relevant up until this point. It is. Because the reinforcements are going to take a while to get here. Is that civilians in the fields? Are you working the fields while there's a siege going on? It's a bit... I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a bit strange, but okay. go. How come one ballista is doing so much better than the other one? Oh, there you go. They've done their part as far as I'm concerned. Ballistas have done their part. But before you use up all of your ammunition, I would like to move up a little bit, maybe to this fence and the sort of fork in the road, right? It's not a fork, it's an intersection. And the reason I want to do this is I would like to hit... Yeah, there's a tower, see? Just a different type of settlement. Talked about it like, I think 2 or 3 videos ago. I thought that these settlements all have towers near the citadel, but it's just the Rohan ones that do. Okay, so there's the other tower. Why don't you continue shooting at them? And you continue trying to hit the tower. Now, I don't really know what the best way of doing this is, so I figure I'm just going to charge in and deal with things as they happen, right? Here, that's the best possible plan. Just charge in recklessly and don't worry about anything. Now, I want the more elite troops on the right flank, because we're going to try and pull off some sneaky maneuvers over there. But I think this is a time to let our quantity shine. Because we have a lot of troops. We have a lot of artillery, and the key to this battle, in my modest understanding of Total War, is going to be to make sure that we use all of that, right? To make sure that we're using everything we have to the fullest. Alright, there's the civilians running away. Time to charge forwards. And the Onager, if you can set up camp there and try and destroy that tower, it'll clear things out for us. Get you forwards and then move the entire legion up. And move the cavalry to the other flank. We're doing a lot of running, we're doing a lot of moving. I need to see what the stamina's like on these units. Yeah, they're all fresh. Okay, good. We do have a lowered fatigue rate and everything, so kind of expect them to perform relatively well when it comes to long marches and stuff like that. Plus, wasn't I believe that was mentioned at one point in the movies and the books that the Uruk-hai are very... They have great stamina. They can run for ages. Unless I'm misremembering that, but pretty sure there was a point about that in the books. Okay, let's go.
Our general is under attack.
Now, sometimes I tend to forget units in battles like this and just sort of focus on trying to break through one point of the enemy's defenses. I don't believe I've done that this time. I think we're all engaged. Stop. Go back. Perfect. you can deploy like so. Yeah, so you can't actually move in between these houses and get over there. It's good to know for the future, at least. Okay, that is not what I wanted to do. But this is, and then the cavalry can go all the way around. Has the ballista destroyed? Sorry, has the onager destroyed the watchtower? Not yet. Damn you! We are getting some good shots into the enemy, though. Fortunately, none of those shots seem to be doing any damage, which is a well-known problem, I would say, at this stage. But hey, you can't. Well, yes, you can. Why would I? I thought for some reason you couldn't go up this sort of slope. You absolutely can.
We have destroyed the enemy tower.
Okay, I need the cavalry to go in. And then the rest of you lot can just have a great old time fighting there. Oh, well, this is going to be a massacre for the archers. I tell you what, you stay behind and fight these guys that are going to try and rescue their archers, and we are going to go with our cavalry to the flanks and make sure we target all 3 archer units, and also do you not have guard mode? I don't really see a guard mode. That's a tad unfortunate. Okay. We're not breaking through there, so the rest of these units need to go around too. But well, I'll put this. Everything else in the battle so far seems fine. You know what would be grand? If you can get some poison shots to land, like, right there. Do you reckon you can do that? In fact, I reckon I can do that. Release the prisoners. Huh? Okay, poison shots to lower their morale. Next up, flaming shots to lower their ability to live. Okay, all that's done. You go up to them and introduce yourselves. You go like that. Now that's been done, I would like very much to take control of the onagers here and do some work with them. Fortunately, they're going to take about 3 days to reload, but oh, okay, how many have you killed? 81. Not bad. Did I expect more? A little bit, yes. Expected a little bit more. Okay, so Lurtz and the other infantry unit are going that way. Everyone else is going up there. So as soon as I figure out which units those are. Ah, did I miss the opportunity to... No, I didn't. Okay, here we go. Loose! Let's follow it. Oh, that was a beauty, right? There you go, that is mighty impressive. So, next up, go over there. And if I can get the cavalry to just sit on top of this hill and throw their spears, that would be lovely. As far as the guys here are concerned, why can I not use Warcry? Okay. Warcry. Nope. Can't use Warcry. Okay. Also don't quite understand why you're not sprinting, but... what can I do? Oh, there are so many corpses in this particular spot on the map that the frame rate just tanks to, like, utter garbage as I pan on over. Look at that. Yikes. Okay, tell you what, Onager can stop shooting. It killed 113 men. I genuinely expected, like, more than 300 casualties on the enemy side from the Onagers alone. But it wasn't meant to be, I suppose. Now, enjoy the slideshow of various groups of orcs, half-orcs, and goblins just wiping out the last remains of what used to be the largest remaining army that Gondor had. Just beautiful, look at that. None of them are going to make it out alive. I love that. None of them are making out of this mosh pit. Absolutely none. That is beautiful. Let's just take a look at the ground. Oh boy. Turns out the Battle of Snowburg is going to go down in the histories of men as the massacre at Snowburg, because that's just what this was. An absolute massacre. Lost slightly over 400 men, and as a result we've taken back the town of Snowburg. Not our most important accomplishment, dare I say, but yeah.
We will taste man flesh.
Wiping out the army they're in definitely was. So we're not going to have another rebellion in Edoras just yet, but we will next to the turn after, right? If I'm reading this correctly. Yeah. Kind of the reason why I wanted to peace out Rohan. But now that I've done this, I really feel like any type of peace with them is a bit dumb. Because they don't have any men, I could just take over another whole province for free. Just out of curiosity though, how much would you be willing to pay for a peace treaty? Like virtually nothing. Much better off just taking more lands from them. Although it will need to keep one legion in Edoras just to put down the rebellions that are coming. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, that's okay, I suppose. Slight problem is I can't afford to build another army. I can ill afford to even reinforce this one with crossbows, which is a bit of a annoyance, but hey.
Saruman will be pleased.
So we are off to Entwada next. Entwade? Entwade, probably. That there's a strong German accent behind how it's pronounced. Now, can I get a look-see at the terrain? Yeah. Tell you what, I have no intention whatsoever of attacking these guys anytime soon. Instead, we're just going to starve them out. That is my plan. Rather curiously, the situation in Adoras seems to be stabilizing. Honestly, with poor fertility, I'm probably better off just demolishing some of these food buildings and swapping them out for industry. I don't know.
We will toast man flesh. The white hand will not be stopped.
Do you reckon we can just continue on with our conquests?
Saruman will be pleased.
No, probably not. Okay.
Will not be stopped.
Move out.
This way.
Back to Isengard for you lot. Although, truth be told, I could probably recruit another army just to bring them the reinforcements they need. I will do that later, not right now. For now, this is fine. We're making a good chunk of money. We're converting things, we're building things, the economy's booming. This is fine, and the Dunlending tribes have taken over Dunburg again, so yeah. Alright. We're going to slow down a little bit. It will let Rohan recuperate a little bit. It will let them build up their forces again. But on the other hand, I feel like that's going to happen inevitably, almost. Because they just have a lot of stuff, right? I mean, they really do. So, yeah. Go regular marching stance. And then we upgrade all of you for 3.6 thousand. Wow, I hope you are worth it. Now, I don't necessarily need any more infantry in this army. I'll get one more unit of pikemen. That's more or less all I can afford for this turn, but question is, do I want anything next turn for them? And I'm not quite sure. I think I want to demolish this thing. Yeah, it's costing me too much. I don't need a scout's rest at Isengard. I arguably don't need one at Ginsburg either, but it's there just to provide control. Although there are better ways of providing control, so let's get rid of those two. That will bump my income up significantly, I think. It'll reduce control in Isengard, but we can build something to supplement that, and I think I want to focus a lot more on control in general in all of these settlements, if possible, right? So let's just go next turn. I need to build another levy camp in Isengard itself so I can get the crossbows. But that also leads to another question that I have, and the question that I have is... Yeah, all gathering instead. Look at that, 5.7 thousand. I mean, this was a big drain on the economy. I didn't even really realise it. I mean, the tower at Ginsburg absolutely saved us twice, so I don't regret building it or anything like that. It's just that, you know, time has come to sort of move on. Okay, technology, extra replenishment and campaign movement range. Yeah, we need it. We definitely need it. So control here is good. Control over here is not so good, but that I feel like is for obvious reasons. And then I guess we just wait. But there is one more thing I wanted to check. So, a levying complex can give me Uruk-hai city, a soldier camp in the city, which provides Uruk-hai infantry and pikes. If we go down to tier 4, which is, you know, a while from now, we would get pretty much the same thing, except we would also get berserkers and white hand stormers. It's good infantry, don't get me wrong, but it's more of a side grade than a direct upgrade, I get the feeling. As far as the practice camp is concerned, sappers and crossbows, fairly obvious, and then white hand grenadiers also. Okay, those are probably really, really good. However, where's the cavalry, is my question. Is there anything here that provides me with some cavalrymen that I can see? I don't really think so. What if I go to, okay, city recruitment, town recruitment, military upgrades? No. Wonders. Lair of the Nine. Blackgate, Dark Tower, right, okay. Resources, security. No. Supplies, maybe. Does the supply building give me any cavalry? It does not. Industry? Does not. So this is going to sound a bit silly, but Wargs of Isengard, here's where my cavalry comes in. Can I maybe, just maybe, tech tips? Oh, tech tips isn't, not technology tree isn't this. Okay. Isengard. Can I take a look at the troop, what do you call that? The troop, tech tree. Campaign movement range plus 15 for all armies, and yet still can't really seem to capitalize on that. There's factions, there's the campaign map. Player units cannot cross into area door in 1.0 while AI units can. I did not know this. I probably should have looked this up. here's the thing. I'm looking for in this encyclopedia of yours, which, don't get me wrong, I'm glad it exists. Military banners, mercenaries, character skills, province control. No, not what I'm looking for. Technology research, family tree, military traditions. No, I don't think there is a faction troop tree that I could look at. I was hoping I can get something better than the Wargs of Isengard. But when you right-click, it just leads you to this. I don't think I can, and that's teeny tiny bit unfortunate. What can I say? Need some extra money. Okay, forget the Orc Gathering for a second. Army takes precedence. 2 Wargs of Isengard units. Yeah. They're not very good, but they're the only cavalry I'm going to have in a while, so... And this army, like I said, needs cavalry badly. Okay. That'll do for now. Now we just end the turn. And Rohan seeks peace for nothing. They just want to end the war. Just with these borders as they are. Shameful. Shameful that you would even ask. Okay, so. Force march. Out of here. Another levying camp in Isengard itself. I believe I can also destroy this levying camp, because I thought it would lead to something more than it currently does. It does not. And then here we can get an Orc Gathering. Good, good. Now we work on control in various provinces, and that is more or less all I'm going to be investing money in the near future. So we have one of these. I'm going to build another one of these. You're pretty much set. You're pretty much set. And then now we can invest into something more. Well, actually, no. Hornburg is alright control already. Go scrap collector there instead. Okay, good. These guys have been heavily depleted. So I think I'm just going to auto-resolve this, maybe? Yeah. Just auto-resolve it. We're going to take a lot of casualties, but I don't want to fight every battle manually. And it's one of those slightly annoying siege battles that takes ages. So, just going to occupy Entward, and we are good. So, these things will repair themselves over time. This we do not need. This we do, and this we don't need either. It turns out I probably should have looted and occupied, right? It would have given me more money. Ah well, that's fine. Okay, so as soon as the tier 3 Uruk-hai practice range is done in Isengard, we're going to recruit another army. Stuff it full of crossbows. Well, I say full. Stuff it with like 3, maybe 4 crossbow units. 3 crossbow units and a pikeman. Something like that. I mean, it's hard to say. We don't really need to do anything with the pikemen here. Just give it 3 crossbow units. That'll do. Give it 3 crossbow units, and then hopefully at the time also increase the number of armies we field by 1 as well. Maybe? Maybe. Maybe. Out of curiosity, this is lowers recruitment price and gives some wealth. This, I know what this does, and this is construction costs and things like that. Okay, fair enough. Next turn. Good. So now that this is all done, Queesling gathering, because remember we're focusing everything we have in control. This will increase Isengard influence, so it's not bad, but we are building the capital building there as part of our efforts already. Levying complex is a must as soon as possible. And then here can go with another work pit or something, probably. Yeah, another work pit. Good Edoras. Material supply is fine, it just takes ages to build and, you know, doesn't necessarily provide much of the bonuses and benefits that I'm looking for. Wizardry Chambers will, though. And then with the upgraded army, we can also start our march further east. And we can start taking some of these places, except we can't because I forgot to take the army out of forced march, so we're going to have to do that next turn, but that's fine. I also have this place up north to contend with. Okay, experimental lair here for the public order. And I'll take another turn of replenishment before I move out, but, you know, would kind of prefer not to, almost. Although we're really about to start experiencing some serious economic growth after this, I get the feeling. Dunlanding are also getting involved. Idle Overseer for Norzaf. Experienced governance gained from low control. Doesn't care what gets done, just eats first. Growth and authority reduced. There's another reason why I wanted to get control up. Now that I have some money to play around with. Yikes. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. We're getting cells. And we're getting a scrap collector. And these walls. I know, it's a lot. It is a lot. But we can finally start moving in on some more enemy provinces. I'll do this battle off camera. So let's just encircle them, because it's not going to be particularly interesting. Especially with the extra units now. Over here I could go to Waldburg. I'll tell you what, I have enough movement range just to check on Waldburg, if nothing else. Yeah, we're going into Waldburg. And this is also a battle I'm going to have to do off camera because of the casualties. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. And then, for once we have control in the green. That is something I've not really experienced thus far in this campaign, is it? Mostly it's been red, and then all of a sudden, in this one particular place, it's green. Shocking, really. We should really try and work on improving it everywhere, shouldn't we? Yeah. Well, at any rate, thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to cut the video here. I think I have a lot of work ahead of me. But, you know, 2 battles off camera. After I do those, we're going to take over the settlements, and I will come back in the next video. Our dominance is at level 4. I just want to check our strength ranking. It is 6. So Anduin's Veil is more powerful than us, and that's about it as far as the known factions are concerned. Easterlings probably are one faction, the 2 and 4 factions that are missing, right? Like Rune and probably something else. Yeah. Well, at any rate, thank you for watching once again. I will see you all next time. Until then, have fun, take care, and bye-bye.